Hello, we are TPO team of Inha University and
Hello, I'm Alkanai, majoring in foreign philology in American University.
we will present on effective water management in Kazakhstan. I'm nervous, but let's start the presentation. Everyone thought their lake we saw from Kazakhstan water full of water. Can they be used by humans? I don't think so. Why? Because Kazakhstan faces a rise in temperature or change in precipitation, glacier loss and water resource, ecological change and the impact of the agriculture sector. We felt the need for a presentation on the water management crisis in Kazakhstan facing this bio problem. So, accordingly, the duty of our team is as follows. First, raise awareness of water management in Kazakhstan and reading problematic case. Second, provide effective solutions that are relevant to Kazakhstan and can be used both by government and regular citizens. Thirdly, analyze the economical benefit of eco-friendly technique use. Lastly, it gives you the last chance to make eco-friendly efforts on water management. If we have a problem with water management and have seen our team's attitude in announcing it, it's time to see water management is important. Water on Earth is made up of 2.5% fresh water, 96.5% seawater, and 1% other water. What do you think humans really need? Our team thought that without water, not only for humans but for all life, everyone would eventually die. In addition, water on important role in various aspects. Why water management? Through water management, we minimized the damage we face to water mains, maximizing beneficial use, good water management of them, and reduce the risk of harm due to flooding. In irrigation water management system, the most efficient use of limited water supplies for agriculture. Drainage management involves water budgeting and analysis of surface and self-drainage systems. Water also plays an important role in various aspects of our lives for number of reasons you can see. It could be more than these 7. Let's take a look at some example of water management in other countries. In the case of Netherlands to third world, the country experienced the problem of flooding. So Netherlands more the barriers inland and dig or choose new channel for river. The result are rather floodplain and new Iceland and urban park in the middle of the city. Another example is Israel. Israel had a problem that 60% of its territory was desert. Israel used a system that is based on water conservation, desalinated seawater, and the use of recycled water to irrigate their crops. The country's innovative irrigation method, carried micro irrigation, involves draining small amounts of water directly into the roots of a plant and not polluting the field.
The next part we want to focus on is Kazakhstan's current state, as we want to explain why we chose the topic, why we think that water management is important in our country. First of all, we want to start by constating the fact that Kazakhstan is one of the largest countries which is landlocked, thus doesn't have access to sea, so we are very limited on water resources. Water resources of Kazakhstan primarily come from rivers, lakes, and underground aquifers. However, several factors contribute to why the water management in Kazakhstan is mostly ineffective. First of all, I want to mention the report of Minister of Ecology, Geology and Natural Resources, Nurmugul Mirgazaliyev. He reported in 2020 that most of the surface water in Kazakhstan comes from different countries. That means it's 44% of 100 cubic kilometers. And as you can see, we have a chart which shows how water use is distributed throughout different sectors of Kazakhstan. First of all, the most sector that uses the water the most is agriculture, which is 67%. Next we have industry, which is 30%, and the last one and the least one is household needs, only 3%. And it is estimated that by 2040, the water use will grow up to 56% compared to now. Next, one of the major issues of Kazakhstan is water scarcity and uneven distribution due to geographically dislocated water sources. It means that the land that has the most water is northern regions, especially Irtysh River Basin, and in contrast, southern regions have less water, so that means that they have more problems with agriculture, they have more problems with over-extraction of groundwater and inefficient irrigation practices. And another example that other teams brought up is Aral Sea. It is a very poor place which has less and less water throughout years, and that's why we think that water management is very important and vital. And in the end, there is the statistics that over 7% of population of Kazakhstan does not have access to fresh water, and in numbers it's like 1,200,000 people, 200,000 people, which is a lot. And today, 2 billion people suffer from water shortage in the world. This situation is worsening due to population growth, global warming, changes in precipitation and degradation of glaciation. According to UN, by 2050, so-called water wars might appear. That means that countries that have not so much water sources will start fighting over any source of water, and it includes like Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, our southern regions, Shymkent, Taras, etc. And Tokayev once noted that by 2050, Kazakhstan might be included in a list of countries that suffer from water deficit. Another problem that we want to embrace is how Aktau city doesn't have hot water in summer. Akim Izbergenov noted that the water deficit today is 15,000 cubic meters. And I quote, "The city has long had a water problem, water shortage, low pressure, as a result of which water doesn't reach the upper floors in full. We don't deny this. Especially in summer, the problem becomes more complicated due to increased water consumption. What that means is that people who don't have much money for like boilers, disabled people, old people, they can't take showers and thus they can't take care of themselves, which is another problem that we want to focus on. And lastly, something that describes our status quo is the fact that, as we mentioned before, most of the water comes from outside country. That means that if another country wants to get more water, they want to limit the flow. As Afghanistan started building Koshchep Channel, which can take away up to 30% of water from Amudarya for the sake of northern regions of Afghanistan. If the channel is built, the situation in the southern Kazakhstan can worsen even more. And also there was a situation when the builders didn't do right when constructing, so Amudarya lost a lot of water and we did experience a water shortage. And I think many people also know that, for example, in Bishkek or Shymkent regions, people sometimes might be limited from fresh water and they have to like buy it for even more expensive price. And the next part is about water management systems, and as we can call it also solutions. It's the solutions that are effective for Kazakhstan. We picked up solutions that were citizen-friendly and also budget-friendly. So we also focus why it has an economical benefit to motivate people to use those systems. And before that, we also want to note where can we find fresh water. As you can see, 68% of fresh water are found in ice caps in glaciers, then 30% groundwaters, and like 1% are found in some form of fog or snow.
Now I will be discussing efficient irrigation system, which play a crucial role in sustainable agriculture. First, drip irrigation. This method delivers water directly to the plant roots, reducing evaporation and runoff despite conserving water significantly. Secondly, sprinkler system. These systems simulate natural rainfall and when managed properly can be highly effective in irrigating crop efficiently. Thirdly, smart irrigation system is utilize a sensor and automate controls to optimize water usage based on soil moisture, weather conditions, and specific plant requirements, further enhancing efficiency.
is why it's economically benefit to motivate farmers to use such irrigation systems. Here is the quote of Nagara Narepa. It's a former professor and head of Department of Agroeconomics at University of Agricultural Science in Bangalore. As I quote, the benefits of the system include efficiency in water use, saving energy, economic fertilizers, productivity increase in fruits, vegetables, and what we want to focus on is irrigation cost savings up to almost 32%. And we calculated how much you can save, how much a farmer can save from using such technologies. Water rate for a farmer is 564 tenge per month for 0.01 hectares. It means that we have to minus 32% of that number, and we are left with 383 tinges, almost 84 tinges, and the total cost saving is 180 tenge for 0.01 hectares. It means that it's not only 180 tinges that they are saving, but farmers own up to like 500 hectares. The average number, as I know, is like 200 hectares, so at the end of the month it will add up and be a much bigger sum. It just depends on the personal ownings.
Moving on to water recycling and reuse, which involves treating waste to water to a suitable level for various applications such as agriculture, industrial, process, and even potable water supplies. This practice not only reduces the demand for fresh water but also minimize wastewater discharge, thus increasing overall water availability. Did you know that globally 50 to 80% of water used in home can be recycled? This highlights the immense potential of water recycling in conserving this vital resource. On average, each person used 3,800 liters of fresh water daily worldwide. In conclusion, by adopting efficient irrigation system and promoting water recycling and reuse, we can achieve sustain year saving in water usage, enhance agriculture productivity, and contribute sustainable water management fractions globally.
Next method is called rainwater harvesting. It means just this method is focused on collecting and storing rainwater for reuse before it reaches the aquifer, underground waters. And one of the key features of rainwater harvesting is it reduces reliance on groundwater. Secondly, it provides a supplementary water source, and it can be used for irrigation, drinking, and household purposes. As you can see here, it's one of the constructions that might be used. It is constructed under the ground, so it will not be ugly if you want a pretty house. And the next is inappropriately equipped with a rainwater harvesting system, home owners can realistically expect to save between 40 to 50% on their water bills. We calculated that on average, people use 3.8 cubic meters of water. We added that number to how many people on average live in Kazakh households. it's 3.4 people, and in daily, one household on average uses 30 cubic meters of water. We added that to an rate to how much water costs for cubic meter, and we concluded this, that the number, how much money people spend on water per day is 651 tenge. And that means that on average people spend 20,000 tenges, since we added that number to 31 days. And if we divide that by half, it means that households can save up to 10,000 tenge per month on water. Next is flood management. There are three ways to manage flood: structural measures, non-structural measures, and nature-based solutions. Structural measures is building dams, levees, floodways, and reservoirs, whilst non-structural measures, they focus on citizen education. It means floodplain zoning, early warning systems, and emergency response plans. And the last one is nature-based solutions, wetland restoration, green infrastructure to absorb water after the flood. Next is we wanted to remind of the flood that happened in the spring of 2024 in Kazakhstan. The Deputy Prime Minister Kanat Bozembayev said that approximately 53 billion tenges were damaged. That means that we lost more than 50 billion tenges. But at the same time, there is the information that government spent 7 billion tenges in the beginning on 2024 for prevention, flood prevention. So that means that this year we have lost more than 46 billion tenges just because we didn't use the right flood prevention systems. So we also added that to our project. Next is conclusion. In summary, water is vital for health, infrastructure, environment, for industry, and access to clean water is a fundamental, basic human right, and it means that it's crucial for global health and sustainability. Kazakhstan faces water management challenges due to scarce and also unevenly distributed water sources, and it impacts agriculture, urban water supply, as in Aktau, water quality. Effective strategies include advanced irrigation techniques. It includes integrated water resource management, public awareness campaigns, and technological innovations in water conservation, as in rainwater harvesting. And improving water storage, distribution infrastructure, and investing in modern wastewater treatment are essential. Learning from different countries which had almost the same experience as ours, as like in Netherlands they had floods, and in Israel they had deserts, which didn't allow them to have many water sources. And we can have valuable insights from learning from those countries' experiences. And implementing these practices will enhance Kazakhstan's water security, sustainable development, and population well-being. A robust water management plan is important for the country's future.
Let me briefly summarize Kazakhstan efficient water resource management strategy. First, world climate change posing significant challenge like rising temperature and altered precipitation pattern. It's crucial to strengthen forecasting and response strategies. This is essential to mitigate impact on agriculture and ecosystems. Secondly, introducing advanced irrigation systems such as drip irrigation can minimize the water loss, source evaporation, thereby optimizing agricultural water use. Thirdly, maximizing water efficiency source practice like rainwater harvesting and recycling system will be key. Fourthly, learning from successful global water management case, particularly in countries such as the Netherlands and Israel, can provide insights and skills application to Kazakhstan. Lastly, addressing uneven water distribution, especially in southern Kazakhstan, require strategies for equitable distribution and exploring educational water resource. This step aim to answer sustainable water management and resilience against the future challenge. We hope that the obligations of the presentation become a reality. And I will end the presentation. Thank you for listening.